Hi, this is Brian Fogarty, and this is a video for Chapter 5 of the book Quantitative Social Science Data with our second edition. So in this video, what we're going to do is look at changing variable classification or variables classifications. So we talked some about this previously, but each variable is classified or considered to be one of a different set of different classifications or types. So generally there is numeric variables, which is also called double, factor variables, which can be a number or have a label to it. You could think of factor variables as like nominal variables, but again, a factor variable like a nominal variable can have multiple categories. And then a character is just text in some way. All right, so when variables, when data is read in, R will guess, unless we specify differently, what the variable types are, what the classifications are. And sometimes, usually it does a pretty good job, specifically if it's a number. So if it's a number, it's going to say it's numeric or double. There's also integer, which is just a numeric that's an integer. So there are times, though, where we want to change it for either like recoding or for data visualization or for statistical analysis. And so what we need to do is change it or convert the classification. So let's just look at a couple of examples. All right, so we're going to look at actually the VF England data set that we read in previously in the first chapter. So let's just take a glimpse at this. So we see here, these are the classifications: character, double, which again is numeric. And notice that the double is corresponding to age and education, where they're just numbers. And then character, because these have labels, they're treated as character. Okay, so let's say that we actually want education to be a factor. We can make that change very easily. We're going to do sort of old school way of doing this because we haven't actually looked at the mutate function, which is the next chapter here. So all of these, to change them, we use functions that start with as, so as dot or underscore. Underscore is used for some of the tidyverse ones. So let's change education. Let's just call it edu. So what we're going to do to change it is you can see this is like the base R way of doing it. We're going to create a new variable where we how we do it is we specify the data first and then use a $sign and then the new variable name. And so this adds this new variable or new column to the VF England. So we're going to add this new column, edu. And so let's change it to a factor. So we can do as.factor. Okay. And then because we didn't set up the data yet, we also need to have that same kind of setup or specification where we have VF England, $sign, and then the current name, education. All right, so as factor, and then we can do another glimpse. Actually, let's just do the glimpse, it'll be easier. You can see that now it says FCT. So now it's a factor. The other way of doing it is if we use the function class and then VF England, $sign, edu. It'll be the same kind of thing. All right, let's look at VF alter. So this is a variable, it's from a question asking people if they think there's enough voter fraud in the UK to alter the election outcomes. So the values in it are the same that that are in VF problem that we looked at earlier in an earlier video in this chapter. So we see this character. Let's say that we want it to be numeric. So we're going to do the same setup here. So VF England, let's just call it VF alt. All right, and then we're going to do as numeric, and then VF England, $, VF alter. All right, so there's a warning message. What is a warning message? It's all NA. So what is the problem? So the problem here is that R doesn't know how to convert the character values from, so going from a character to a numeric. So we actually need to take another step. We can be tricky dog. I don't want to be a tricky dog right now. We're going to convert it to a factor, and then we're going to convert it to a numeric. Okay, so let's see if this works. Hopefully this works. All right, so we're going to do it as factor. All right, so that worked. And then if we see, I did a glimpse, VF alt, right, we see it's factor. All right, now we are going to convert this to a numeric. I'm just going to call this VF alt 1. And we're going to change this to numeric, and then come over here and change that to alt, so it's referencing that one. And it didn't throw a big fit at us. Yay! Okay. And we see here now it's converted to numbers. So it's stripped out the labels. That's one thing to consider. Okay. So we'll see more of this as we go along, because we're going to have to change some of these as we progress and start doing the analysis. But again, there's, however a variable is read in, sort of default classification, usually we can change it fairly easily to get it to what we need it to be. All right, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.